No flour, no meat. Let's make some veggie arepas. Did I say that correctly? Let's just get on with the recipe. So I have my veggies here. I'm using some green bell peppers or sweet peppers, some mushrooms, some white onions, 1 carrot, some ginger, 2 cloves of garlic, and 1 stalk of celery. And at this point, I'm grabbing out my handy dandy good old faithful food chopper, and I'm using this. It is small, and that is the only reason why I am doing the veggies in 2 batches, because I don't want to overcrowd it. So I chopped my carrots, mushrooms, ginger, and garlic first, and then I went in with the other veggies and chopped them up nicely. I like leaving a little bit of texture there, so I didn't pulverize it. I didn't even bother to preheat my pot. I put everything in there, added some oil, and then turned on the stove. And then I seasoned with my secret all-purpose spice blend and some salt. Now, when I say all-purpose, I mean all-purpose. My spice blend has everything in it, so I didn't need to add any extra seasonings. Now onto the tofu. I am using a block that is approximately 1 pound, because I took out of it to make another recipe, which I will share with you. But I'm just crumbling the tofu, and for this I definitely love to use firm tofu. I think the texture is amazing, but I mean, you can use whatever you can find. Now, after my seasonings, aromatics, veggies have sauteed and become tender, I added the tofu and I sauteed it for about 5 minutes. At this point, you can add some tomato paste or ketchup, but mine was well seasoned. I didn't need to add anything else. So I just set it out on a plate to allow it to cool a bit. And let's start with the dough. And for this, I'm using corn flour. Don't argue with me. If you are confused about what corn flour really is, I will link a video explaining all of it. So I added just enough corn flour to a dish. I also went in with my secret all-purpose spice blend and some salt and a couple tablespoons of coconut oil. By the way, I used coconut oil throughout this entire recipe. I went in with my hands and I rubbed everything together just to make sure everything is well incorporated before adding my water. Now this is a tricky process, because if you add the water too slowly, the corn flour is going to clump up on you. So what I do is I add a significant amount of water and I keep mixing. And usually if you're doing this, you're going to need a little more water than you expect, because the cornmeal absorbs that water so quickly. So you're going to make sure and add enough water gradually to ensure that the dough is much softer than you would initially like it, because it is going to absorb more water as it sits. The downside is if you don't add enough water, what's going to happen is by the time you start working your dough and shaping it, it is going to dry out and your arepas are going to break. And Samster, I think I can speak for you when I say this. We have way too much problems to worry about than to have broken arepas be one of them. I'm just going to show you here what I like my dough to feel and look like. This is a perfect consistency for me. So by the time I am shaping my arepas, I don't have any of my dough drying out on me. Think of it as a firmer mashed potato texture. Now to separate the dough, and this is why I absolutely love my cookie scoop. I get even portions and it is done so quickly. Now if you don't have a cookie scoop, that's completely fine. Just separate your dough into about 10 even balls, or as even as you can get them, and that'll be totally fine. I just grease my hands a little bit. 2 drops of oil goes a long way. This is because, remember, the dough is already very soft and we don't want the dough just sticking to our hands all the time like that. So add a little bit of oil. Some people use water but I think that the water tends to create a kind of a messy paste on my hands, and I don't like that. So what I did was I flattened one dough ball, set it aside, and then I flattened another, fill that one up with a couple tablespoons of the filling, and then I close them up. Make sure to get those sides well sealed because we don't want to have our filling spilling out in the pot while we're frying it. And once the edges are sealed, you'd see me here working the arepa to make sure that it is uniform. I want it flat. I don't want it too flat, obviously. I want it flat and even, and any imperfections or cracks or blemishes, I will just fix them before I start frying. Here is the process again without me yapping. Onto frying, I have a cooling rack and some repurposed brown paper bag. If you want, you can definitely use paper towels. It's completely up to you, or napkins. And I fry my arepas on both sides until they are crispy and golden brown. I did mention earlier that I am using coconut oil throughout the recipe. So I am frying with coconut oil, and notice I am shallow frying. You definitely don't need a lot of oil to cook these babies up. And just look how absolutely beautiful. A lot of you all that follow me for a while now would know that I grew up vegan, and as a child, this was one of our favorite things. We used to stuff it with something called gluten, sometimes tofu, sometimes soybeans, sometimes soy mince, soy chunks. The possibilities are endless, and you can definitely stuff yours with meat, baby. Before the last two even finished frying, my kids were in the kitchen waiting for their share. I think they love it just as much as we did when we were kids. So while they're just standing there looking at me, I'll share with you my genuine excitement over these arepas. Break it open. Listen, I hope you give these arepas a try. Fill it with whatever you like. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I hope you are well. I hope you are having a lovely day. And I will see you soon. Enjoy!